Hello, everybody, dear friends, followers, my YouTube family. I want to make a video today following up with an awful, tragic event that happened in Paris. Yet, this is a loss for humanity, it's a loss for all the generations to come, and such a beautiful, incredible, unique, um, magical, almost unreal art that had been burned with a fire um, in Paris just some hours ago. Um, it is, guys, we are talking today. I'm live, so we are talking today about travel dreams, and we are starting the live with acknowledging and just ha- accepting what just happened. The world, that's the big treasure. I don't even know. I believe that's belonged to the world's treasure. Yes, it is so horrific what's happened. And I have not read the research on that, but I kind of have an idea, like all of you. And I just saw a comment about who could be related to that horrific thing. When you think about it, that somebody could ruin such an amazing um, creation. It just hurts. It just hurts so deep, and it's there is no possibility to recover it. And you almost feel like it's a human being that had been burned, because that was built with people's labor, love, imagination, incredible dedication. I don't even know. And I'm just speechless, and I don't want to go into politics, because some of you guys know I can get pretty passionate. And maybe when there is more research done, I also do not believe that it was an accident. And everybody was just looking how it's burning. Oh my God. It's heartbreaking, guys. There is nothing like that. It will never be built again. And it's a treasure. It's one of the few treasures or of this level in the world. It's not just pretty and beautiful. I'm running out of words in my English vocabulary. I almost feel like I have to have a dictionary with me to be able to even express how I feel. But I know that you are educated, intelligent people that know what Notre Dame had meant to everybody, how special that was. And it also shows the fragility of everything in life. And I went to my drawer yesterday. I have this drawer with actually printed pictures. You know how we used to print pictures? And I opened the drawer and found it was about 2001 or 2002. And I'm standing near Notre Dame with a few friends that traveled with me to Paris. And I was very young, so it was a long time ago. And that was, I just have all these memories, and I had tears in my eyes. I think is anybody who have any feelings, even if you didn't have a wonderful chance. I feel so fortunate to be able to see that. But how many people will had never seen it, and will never see that. um I have kind of a sweet story. I was visiting some relatives in Germany, and that time I wasn't working. I was a student. And my dad, uh I've always wanted to see Paris, but of course I didn't have any money back then of my own. And my dad is a kind of guy that you can't ask for snow in winter. I mean, seriously. Unless it's something absolutely necessary or some kind of education, you can't ask for $1. But guess what? He gave me enough money to go on a little travel to Paris, and oh my gosh, that was unforgettable. I remember every day. It was truly adventurous. Um, the Eiffel Tower, the people, the places. I remember everything. So it was, I believe it was 2001, 2002, somewhere there, and I remember every single thing that happened. And I just feel so horrible. I feel that it's like robbed from the world's treasury and it's forever gone. And I see you guys discussing what actually what was happening there. But listen, I do not, I just, the only thing I can do right now is cry about this, because you have to just cry your loss sometimes. I'm just reading your comments, guys. Yeah, there is a lot of things going on with with the laws and immigration. And by the way, since my channel is Ukrainian perspective, one of my videos to come soon is going to be about about legal immigrants and illegal and all the problems it causes, and so on. So anyways, Lance, I'm okay. I'm just being a citizen of the world. I think we all need to give some appreciation and send some prayers and just, cry together with everybody, not to, add to the tragedy, but just, being a human being, just, kind of show that we are alive. I'm the kind of person, I always try to stay and encourage everybody to stay positive, but you just have to acknowledge it. And and now comes the second part of this video. What can we learn from this? what can we learn what can we learn from things like that? There are many, many lessons. There is nothing we can do to recover it. And I would like to know what really happened, if we ever will be able to know the truth. But the question we can ask today is, once again, what could we do? What could we learn from it? And one of the things that I am learning personally, I want to share with you, is that everything is so fragile. We it's been there forever, and we presume that it's going to be there forever, right? We um we have dreams. Some of us have dreams, have bigger dreams, or have unusual dreams. When I came to US, I felt I was quite surprised that people have, the dreams are often is, about making a raise, careers, which is understandable, but very often is, there is no, okay, so if you get a bigger salary, you get a bigger house, fancier car, you get more expensive toys, but not that very many people that I know, at least, want to travel the world. In my people that I know online, the entrepreneurs and people that I met because we are similar. Yes, all of these people, dream and making their dreams come true. But regular people and communities, they don't uh, teach kids to dream big. They teach kids, to buy the sweet stuff, to get the better TV, to get, better gaming, to bet better this. If you think about it, if average family would not buy all this trash that people buy, the junk food, the video games, all those disposable things, it could be enough for the whole family once a year to hop somewhere and explore and travel and have real experiences. I had actually a little argument with my son some time ago. He's 10, and he told me, how is it, you didn't you're not playing video games? Because my generation already have been playing video games a long time ago. And I told him, because my video game is, I'm sitting on a plane and I'm flying. That is my video game. My video game is looking at the pyramids. My video game is learning a new culture, experiencing something new, looking at the ocean, meeting people that don't speak my language. And I just want to tell you, all of you, that, if people consider your dreams weird, a lot of times, you have to stick with them and make it happen. How many people right now are thinking, oh my gosh, every year I was thinking I want to go to Paris. Every year, there are thousands, millions probably of people right now who are thinking that they spend money on something silly, never had a plan and never made it. So that is basically, I think it's a powerful lesson to think about this and to put those things that you want to have in life, to put them on a list and make them happen. Maybe have a little bit less of hamburgers and other stuff, but go and see the real thing. I want to share something very personal. I get a lot of criticism for my travels from some family members and from some friends. People have a different idea of what your life should be and what you should be focusing on. But and I bet that a lot of you can relate, because a lot of people who are watching my channel have different dreams and different different vision of what they want to do. So sometimes you have to keep your dreams for yourself and you have to make them happen. And I just want to encourage everybody, this summer, this fall, this winter, go somewhere, go somewhere you have never been, you don't speak their language, go and explore. I don't believe that we were born to be in one place forever, be born here, have kids here and die here. People, of course, always complain about the finance, but it has nothing to do with the finance. It has to do with priorities. It has to do with your organization, your discipline. People have money for alcohol, cigarettes, and fast food. And those are very expensive things, and they ruin you. And I really do not understand how somebody can live and never see the world. I'm talking about right now in particular about people on the West, the normal people, not talking about, somebody who's suffering, people would always throw this out of the box rare example, talking about average people. Everybody is capable to achieve their goals. So, or dreams, dream is a goal with a deadline. And I just want to say that I can just only see more and more the reassurance of my theory that when you want something, you create that opportunity and you go for it. You not let yourself think about it, overthink it. And when you have children, a lot of you have children, some of you guys have children who are a bit older, some who are younger. All the stuff, all the plastic toys you get for them, this is great. But one thing that they will never forget is the travels, is the exploration. And I think this horrific tragedy should inspire us to make those things happen. To stop spending so much money on crap. I've never seen, I don't mean to be, negative, but I've never seen so much crap, so much stuff that you don't need. The consumer stuff here in US is crazy. Yeah, sell that crap on eBay and go travel. That's what I'm saying. And I'm gonna look through some of your comments, guys. Thank you for being so active. Yeah, I mean, it just tells you once again how fragile everything is. Nothing has a guarantee. We take everything for granted. We take love for granted. We take friends for granted. We take well-being and health for granted. And I don't believe we were born to pay the bills. People I don't, one of the reasons I have a YouTube channel is because I want to reach out to people who think out of the box. I personally do not believe that we were born to pay bills. When I socialize locally, just locally, I don't have such a good time because I don't know what it is, but I'm not having a great time with people who dream small, and it's all about paying the bills. And yes, I mean you do need to pay your bills, but how many hours do you spend on watching TV and gossiping if you take those hours off, or just scrolling the social media till you pass to sleep? I just want to say all these fillers that people do, all these fillers, when you junk food, gossip, social media, they all fill up those where you can talk to yourself and realize where you want to be and what you want to do. So, boy, I can talk about this, but I just feel that everything has an expiration date, and you gotta do things when you can. Lastly, I'd like to mention this. Dear friends and followers, you know that my channel is in many ways, about Ukraine. And Ukraine is not Paris. Paris is not Ukraine. But Kiev, Ukraine can be compared to all this incredible treasury creations. Because a lot of things were built at the same time. A lot of Italian architects built Kiev and St. Petersburg and Moscow. So, particularly talking about Kiev, I'm from there. And yes, you have to invest in some tickets, you have to invest in accommodation. But if you can't afford a place like Rome or Barcelona or London, you can check online, you can reach out and ask myself or people who travel online, and make your trip to Kiev finally. Some of you guys, want to marry Ukrainian women, and you've been talking about this forever, but you have never actually get off your couch and look for the tickets and made it happen. Sometimes you wait for years and years, this to happen, that to happen. Maybe you can make things happen. Kiev, if you guys have watched some of the videos online about Kiev, Ukraine, it has Andreevsky Cathedral, Andreevsky Descent, Sofievskaya, Mikhailovsky, Lavra, and many, many more amazing things. Now after what happened there, it just kind of scary, and you don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully, people will be protecting better our treasures. Mikhailovsky Cathedral in Kiev, Ukraine, was attacked and almost completely destroyed by Mongol Tatars, but it was beautifully recovered. And I forgot that word, not reconstructed, but refurbished, I guess. So yes, I just want to encourage everybody. Don't wait till you can't go. I know some of my subscribers are watching my channel in midlife and later in life. You gotta consider that sometimes the health issue comes on, sometimes something else, but you have to see something and experience something to take your breath away before you die. Each time I see, I just want to share also. I don't know if anybody on the stream feels the same way. I often feel like outsider. I don't excited about the big TVs, the video games, the sport events. I just don't believe that we should fill our life with those things when there is a lot more. There is a lot more to travel. So I mean, there are a lot more to explore the real experience. So, and you know what? I know that majority of people on my channel would agree with that, and try to travel. Lori Steiner is saying something. Good evening, Veronica. I'm learned through the years. If you want to go somewhere, go. Make those memories because in the end, it's all that we have. You are spot on with these topics. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. And I once again about the children, we are worrying about the brands, about the computer games, and I mean video games, which don't get me on that. um and getting the TVs, but it's all, I mean, before you know it, it's becoming outdated and it's in a trash can. And when you actually travel somewhere, it's never in a trash can. One of my, if I would have to go tomorrow, if it's all ends tomorrow, um, those experiences that we shared and had with my son, they're gonna be ever forever in his heart and in my heart and in my spirit. It's like you never, and I think some of you guys can relate to that, who had traveled with your kids, or special person, or your whole family. So you fall in love even more with the person when you have those experiences together. I mean, there is nothing like that. You just, some people drink alcohol to feel happy, but you don't need to drink alcohol when you've seen, when you're exploring, when you're discovering the art, the nature, the people, when you talk to somebody. I have a memory about Paris. They have this little market. It's like a flea market. um it's a flea market, and they have all this. I bought some old French things there on that market. And of course, those people are local, they're from small cities, they don't speak any English, I don't speak any French. And I remember having the best time uh trying to speak language of human being with that one lady. And I bought from her some French magazines and some little souvenirs. I still remember. As I said, my last trip to Paris was in the year 2001. 2001. It was. I remember every single hour. I'm not gonna tell you everything that happened because, um, well, maybe I will sometime. I managed to get lost. I managed to forget what hotel I stayed in. I managed to separate it from my group. I managed to make friends with people I don't know and trust them with my life. So it's definitely to be remembered. I was too bored to follow the group. Oh my gosh, it's always something. And I stayed in the chain hotel, and I didn't have no idea what my address was, and I left my documents in the hotel. I mean, you know, that was quite a ride. But yet, I made some wonderful connections with people, and my taxi driver, I still remember him. How we were trying to find a hotel, and the stranger paid for my taxi. I mean, that was really something. And just experiencing all of that was such a gift. And spending, when you go to Paris and you go to the places, the cathedrals and museums, you have intense art therapy. If you are the person that is inspired by art therapy, it just takes you out of this world. It brings you to the magic of creativity, of that amazing world that is here, and it's within our reach. And also, I because my dad gave me, that's really funny, because my dad gave me so little money. My dad is a person that save. So, unless you're totally dying. So he gave me very little money with me. So I was, when I when we were going to Louvre and other museums, I I feel so bad to say it, but I'm confessing I would actually tell that I was a couple years younger. So they have this policy: if you under certain age, you can go to the museum for free. And of course, I was all all looking cute, dressed up, and they had because every museum was about like 20-30 euro. My dad would not give me that for just to spend, so I had to figure out. And I don't think that anybody suffered. I think those guards in the museums, they were quite inspired, seeing so many younger people wanted to see that art and appreciate it, so had no problems. But had to had to how do you say this in US, play on cute, or but once again, nobody had suffered. And I still remember the Napoleon um 4 coffins. He had like 4 coffins for him. I mean, you gotta see it. Somebody just commented that, Veronica, I've been listening to your videos, but I gotta go. Yes, you gotta go, because my experience is not your experience. Never believe the person that comes to you. Oh, it's overrated. I have people who say, oh, Kiev is overrated, this is overrated. No, it's not overrated. It's you mirror what you see. You mirror your experiences. One person gonna have incredible experiences, another person will blame everything and everybody and come negative and nasty. um so yes, you got to go yourself. And I just want to tell you guys, Ukraine was part of the USSR, and USSR was not an open country. One of the reasons why Kiev and Lviv, yes, Lviv is beautiful, Odessa is beautiful, Kiev is fantastic. One of the reasons why our cities are not yet officially top rated and as known to the world as Paris and Rome, one of the main reasons is because we were living in a very closed country, and it was not welcoming for foreigners, and there was economical and political problems. But by any meaning, it does not devaluing or hurting the real value of what you're gonna see. Aaron is here on the call, and Aaron keep asking me, when we're gonna go again, when we're gonna go. And one of the beautiful things of Kiev is that you can see those unique cathedrals, art and all those beautiful things. And it won't, you don't have to pretend to be underage like I did. But you can afford to go, because go inside of the museum could vary from one to three, maximum $4 or $5. It's absolutely nothing. To get around town is couple dollars. To go to beautiful restaurants that are inside of historical, beautiful European buildings is also as the same price as in US you go to Applebee's. You have to be careful. You don't want to get, you have to be smart, look some reviews. Yes, Museum of History, we went to World War II Museum. And some of you guys know that this year we lost a very, valued member in our group. It was also my friend, Dave Montavani. And I look back, I mean, he passed away this winter. We were very close friends, and he was also heavily involved in the community of my subscribers. And, he was really very passionate about the soul. He discovered Ukraine. He loved it. We all did that tour last summer, July, and in July we were there. And Aaron is here, John, all of the guys, there were bumps on the road, don't get me wrong, there were disappointments, there were long walks and all of that, but it's such an incredible experience, and it's forever, unite us in those moments. It was absolutely wonderful for those of you, my VIP club members, and just my followers who went with me to Ukraine. There were a lot of challenges, but I'm so grateful for you to trust me and go and, forgive me and my country for not being perfect, but being incredible. And yes, I mean, when these things are happening, it's such a, strong reminder when somebody passing away, or when the treasure all of a sudden disappearing, you realize that how lucky you were that you jumped and you did it. So I just want to thank everybody for support, and those, once again, especially who actually went with us and experienced that. By the way, this year I'm planning to go to Ukraine in August, in early August. So probably not forming as big of a group, as I have to spend time with my family more this time. They need my love and care. But I am offering a short VIP tour. Probably the variation is 3 to 5 days, and it's going to be for 3 to 5 people. So I have several people that are booking their spots. So if you would like to explore the city, so that's going to be just a discovery tour, probably from August 5th to August 10th. So something like that, still working around those dates. So if you would like to go explore the culture with me, you're welcome. If you come some other dates and you need some help in Ukraine, you need somebody pick you up, you need an interpreter, you can also contact me. I can connect you with some people, and just go and explore. It is so interesting. Before I left also last year, in my small town, Michigan, I live in in Lansing suburb. It is like Lansing is the capital of Michigan, and I live in a suburb. And people are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you have to go to Ukraine," and I was just like, "I'm so sorry you have never seen anything but this village," I have nothing against Michigan people. A lot of people are wonderful here. They are hardworking. But their ignorance is just amazing. They really think that this is all there is to the world, is just fields and cows and horses, I mean, I have nothing against cows and horses, but there is a lot more to the world, especially, when you have those interests. So, boy, I love you, Michigan, but hey, before you talk about Ukraine, you actually go and check it out. So, but I love United States and I love Ukraine. You miss it. You miss it so much. It just never changed. But you take advantage, so my golden rule now: take advantage of what's better here and enjoy what you love there. There is no perfect place. There is no perfect place. I agree, Patrick. It is so arrogant. And you know what I do sometimes? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I open my phone, and show them the pictures, And they're like, oh, where is that? When I show pictures of Ukraine to people who never been to Europe, they think it's Paris or Rome or Amsterdam or Madrid or Spain. So I'm just saying. Guys, thank you so very much for being here. I just felt like, we can... One of the reasons, I want this channel to not only be a relationship channel, which always be focused on that as well, but we want to look at the life at the life's perspective, and just be a better citizen and live out our life better, less focus on gossip and BS, and more focusing on what really matters. One thing I know, I think no parent ever forgets, or no, no mother or wife or girlfriend or whatever relationship you have, is when you experience something incredible, and you're so happy, and you look in each other's eyes, and you can't believe it's happening. I mean, there is nothing like that. And you hear this from the person that actually, loves glam, love furs, love all that. But boy, I can really save on a lot of, you know on a lot of shopping. I can save on food. I don't need to eat, I don't need to drink, but take me travel. So that's one of the reasons that you will never see me. Yeah, that word was restored, correct. Um, you'll never see me playing video games in my life, because if I'm not working, I am reading or watching something inspiring. If I'm not doing that, I am out and about. If I'm not doing that, I'm on a plane. Like, every minute of your life is valuable. If I'm, whatever I'm doing, even, when I rest, I think the life is so precious. I'm gonna read some of your comments, guys, and I'm gonna go for do some outside activities here. Brian Hoggart says Ukraine reminds me of American values 50 years ago. I loved it. Dogs, welcome to my life, guys. Okay, just a minute. Close the windows. All right, so let's see. I was on a comment that was saying about Ukraine has values as America had 50 years ago. This is very, very true. So sometimes when you're lost in something and you don't, you're not sure what's going on, just think about the old fashionable values with a modern twist, of course, but you can figure it out. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, Brian is saying Ukrainians are so friendly. I have so many stories of their kindness. Yeah, it's true. Ukrainian people can be quite friendly. So is Russian. So is, all the Slavic people. But uh, people cold at first, but then they warm up, and you end up having dinner at their home. Like in US, it's other way around. People are friendly. Um, how to say this? They are good at small talk, but they're not gonna invite you to their home for dinner. I mean, they might, but it's not as common. In Ukraine, it's very common, and you know, um, I would do it if I done it, and my friends done it, and it's just normal. It's just considered normal. I remember, when I just come here and we would go out, and to see some friends, and like it would be hours, and I just noticed the difference in hospitality. But then again, it also depends on the family. Brian, you're funny. Brian is saying, sex after marriage, date in order to find spouse, not for entertainment, concerns with their appearance. Um, let's just say, take pride in their appearance. Treat people with manners, different world. Well, thank you. A lot of people are like that. Not everybody, I won't tell you, but that's definitely true. Brian is saying, I love the Gold Dome Church. It's beautiful. Yep. Brian keeps flattering me. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. I'm just looking through your comments, guys. Brian is saying Western Europe is almost like US. Bunch of American high school kids on graduation trips. Well, Oh, Brian Huggard lives in Michigan. Where do you live, Brian? I mean, what part? I live in mid Michigan, near Lansing. Yeah. Yeah, Brian is saying again, Brian Chernetsky says that opposite really, Ukraine is almost like back in time, the family values, they expand. Just beautiful. Yeah, guys, it is a beautiful city. And I just want to come out here today and, get some, recognition and just empathize to the loss and the tragedy, and also look at this from the other perspective, is that you gotta go for those chances when they present themselves. There is never perfect time. Once again, my dearest friend had passed away in December, and it's about a year around this time when he took we went to Dallas, and we had the subscriber meeting in Dallas. Thank you everybody who made it to subscriber meeting in Dallas about a year ago. And that was, it wasn't Europe, it wasn't Paris, but it was an epic trip. It was an incredible trip. I fell in love with Dallas and experiences and how much laughter we had. Like one time we were driving a car and I literally thought I'm gonna have a heart attack if I won't stop laughing. I mean, Dave knew what kind of jokes I like, and I just could not stop laughing for I mean, it was my stomach hurt and my cheeks. It was so fun. Um, and if you once again, the Texas, wasn't that far or that expensive as Europe, but it was special in its own way. Never been near it was an absolutely epic trip. We went to Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys. Of course, it was for my son, but anyways, it was just incredible. So if you can't afford, travel to that far, start small, but start seeing things. And the last thing I want to say today is this: when you travel, something magical happens. You have a possibility to see your life from a different perspective. I don't know about you guys, if you could relate. Sometimes when I hop on a plane and the plane takes off and I just look at the world, I see clouds under me. There is certain magical feeling of being able to see all the problems and worries of the day from the height of your flight and realize they are not that big. There are ways out of it, and a lot of times things we are worried about aren't even ours to carry. Most of those things that weigh us down, even not even ours to carry. So, and then when you get to your destination, your mind and your brain is completely recharged, and you left your place with the problems and issues. And I think there is a trigger to our nervous system, to our emotions, that we actually starting to see clarity. We're starting to see solutions to difficult problems. We completely recharge, help rewiring our neurological passes and connection in our brain every time you come from the trip, even though you might be a bit tired, but you are refreshed, and you might come up with a new solution to old problems, and you might be able to see a lot of things you hadn't seen when you were stuck there sitting. So literally we need to add some motion and some movements to our life. So that's just a perspective, and I saw some people there saying that they feel the same. Sometimes you can't go too far, but just going somewhere change your perspective, and sometimes you can find an incredible and often simple solutions to some problems that you couldn't solve otherwise. And you get great source of inspiration. And we were meant to explore, exploring and discovering things. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And feel free to comment under the video. I have to get going. I always spend more time than I plan, but I appreciate you all coming. We actually have a call, like a social call. We're catching up with the VIP club on Saturday. If any of you who have been watching this live, if any of you would like to join and just introduce yourself and see if you maybe would like to become a member of the VIP club, we're gonna have a live chat call like you see me right now, but we see each other in these little squares on Zoom, and just communicate. It's this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you would like to be a part of it, comment under the video or send me an email to consultveronica@gmail.com, and I'll see if I can invite you. I'm pretty sure I can, as long as you are I mean, if I know you from my streams, you're definitely invited. Sometimes I had a few issues with people, but I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'm looking forward to reconnect and talk about plans for this summer, and we'll see you then. Thank you guys for the Thank you so much, guys, for the kind words. I appreciate your support, and have a wonderful night, wonderful dreams. Plan your next travel, and